So, but Dashaun, you've been able, you're on Legendary, you've been in movies like Magic Mike, you've worked with Rihanna and a lot of people over the years. Did you, and this could go for anybody in any scene, did you have a vision in the beginning, like, yo, I want to take this as a career? It's not just going to be a hobby or being a part of a family in a house. I want this to be an actual career. Was that your vision in the beginning?
I can tell you, I enjoyed doing it. And I guess because of my love for this dance, I did it everywhere I went. And, years ago, it wasn't as receptive as it is today. But, then I didn't care. I kept going. And I guess I had a vision because I know when I did it, people enjoyed it and they loved it. So I kind of like, I knew that my drive and because of my, competitiveness, I knew it was going to get somewhere if I just kept pushing. And I'll take it back to a quick moment of like sitting back watching America's Best Dance Crew for the first time.
Yeah, yeah,
Very first season. I believe it was like Fish and Chicks, and they did this move called Laomi and the Girls. And Laomi's my sister.
yeah,
And we called each other on the phone. And this is like, we were like, oh my God, did you see that? Like the girls, we realized people were watching us. So
yeah.
people can understand that's right. We had to apply ourselves where we see it existed. And I guess what we did was again applied ourselves to the opportunity to let people know where we came from, who did it, and the true source of it. So I seen the source of that being one of the things since the beginning.
Yeah. And, shout out to other people in the ballroom scene who kind of paved the way. Like, and y'all look these names up: Crystal LaBeija, Willie Ninja, like all these people who, kind of paved the way for this. And yeah, it's really, really incredible. So
Mhm.
with Legendary is a competition show. It's on HBO Max. It is on its third season. You are the master of ceremonies. You're the host. I've already watched the full 3 seasons. It's really, really incredible. It's great. It's great. It's great. Tell folks of how HBO Max and yourself and the producers managed to bring the ballroom scene to HBO.
It took 2 years for it to actually come about. So we were in discussion for it for a long time. And I think in general they approached us on like, what do you guys want to do? And I'm always so in the beginning, you're always like, child, no, you want to make sure you hit it right and get things. And of course, right now there's things that we still deal with. Like we can't tell you about the ballroom scene in an hour or in 50 minutes, because a ball lasts for about 8 to 12 hours sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
starting at 4 a.m. At least I did.
exactly.
Started. I don't know if they still do that.
So it's a bird's eye view. So start from the beginning. Like again, I was great team, great production company. Shout out to HBO Max for actually picking us up because we was a part of another network first. And it's so funny because they wanted a lot of things changed. And we didn't want to go out and be present without having to be our authentic selves. And I'm glad that HBO Max seen that within us. And baby, they gave us an opportunity to show out.
Absolutely. So this happens when anything gets a little bit of mainstream attention. People say, oh, it's not really what it's like. It's not really what it's like. And, there's elements that are missing. What do you say? And, I'm going to use a little bit of slang if y'all are listening.
Oh, go,
The
go for
girls
it.
can be shady. The girls can be, like, I ain't like
You could
that. And
be
they left this out of,
Sade.
yeah, the girls can be really shady. For those listening, when I say girls, I mean people in the ballroom circuit. So what do you say to critiques within the ballroom scene of folks who feel like it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough, and they're taking the scene and throwing it on HBO?
The issue that we have right now when it comes to our community, that is never going to be enough because you can't tell our full story in one specific show. If you realize, we've had a few shows that were out there that told different variations of what goes on with the community. We wish that shows like Pose could have told the whole story, but that was a timepiece as
Right.
well too, which is explaining people into, like, again, a bird's eye view into our community and what's going on. So I think it's very interesting that we have these places and platforms to let people know what we do, how do we do it, and what ways we go about doing it. And again, these are examples that we can show. And I always say that this is the opportunity for our community now to sit in front of stars that we used to sit and dream about. We have an opportunity for these celebrities and stars who know about our community to use their platforms for us to connect to others so we can still educate. So that's the issue right there, because we still got to educate people about what's going on with us. You know, a lot of people don't know we communicate with lingo. We have our own way of talking
Right,
to
our
each
own
other.
language.
We have our own language to communicate in the ballroom scene, and the people are learning it. Now they're using it. Some people are misusing it. So we have to tell them why and tell them how to, do it correctly. That's what we're about. And the ballroom scene would definitely tell you that. So again, a shout out to Scout Productions for, again, being as real as possible to sit with the community and say, what is it that you guys want? Rather than coming up with something and saying this is what we want to do. And definitely with me, I was like,
Right.
child, if people ever come to me telling me they want to do something without understanding us, I'm completely with a no with it.
Absolutely. And the other thing people may not realize is that celebrities, people in the fashion industry, for decades, they've been going to balls on the low and stealing culture, stealing ideas. And then you'll see it on a fashion runway, or you'll see it in a music video, and people in the ballroom scene getting no credit for. I mean, this happens in Black culture at large, right? So
Yes.
that's an ongoing thing. So what's cool about Legendary, you have, you as the host of Ballroom, Leomi's a judge. And if y'all don't know Leomi, she's an amazing defies gravity kind of dancer.
Okay.
You have producers who are in behind the scenes who are from the ballroom scene. So that's really important because they come in, they'll steal it. I can recall hearing ballroom lingo in hip hop songs in the 90s from homophobic hip hop artists. And I'd be like, wait, that's
you know where that came from? Like you saying a word and child, but again, we're as creative and innovative. And I think, we took the word underground from the ballroom scene because we're not underground anymore. We're now mainstream ballroom. So,
right.
Again, we were in a place where people were not acknowledging us, giving us the full details of where words and lingos and creativity come from. And we are as creative that people come in our community and watch us and go back home and be like, oh my God, they're so creative. Let me do something with it. And, a lot of stuff stemmed from this community.
All right, so I want to talk to you about voguing for a minute, and I'm sure if y'all have listened, if y'all have anywhere, you've seen voguing clips online, you've seen voguing gifs online. All right, so when I came out in like '95, voguing was much different.
You just said the year you came out. I was following behind you. Don't worry about it.
Right. Shout out to Niambi of Philadelphia, one of my favorite voguers of all time. She was the best to me. But what amazes me now is, I mean, so you ain't, I'm not going to give you age, but you're a grown man. And how does your body maintain, like, do you have any back issues? Because the flipping, the spinning, the cracking to the floor, like spinning your neck around, like how does your body maintain the athlete of being of voguing like that?
Honestly, I love to do it and ain't nothing stopping me. I mean, like I said, I've been doing it since I was a teenager at 14, and now I guess my love and passion for it just never stopped. And I think, of course, I'm going to say for me, again, I love it. It's my drive. I feel like it's not a psychological thing where people be like, oh, I can't do this no more. I should stop because of my age. But baby, I'm going to keep competing, and I'm going to compete against anyone, whether they're new or old, just to remind people that like how much my love is for it. So I still compete to this day. I still do. And I want people out there to know, like, although now, we're on television, got popular people from our community. When we come inside the room to compete, we're going to acknowledge you, but we got to get to what's happening right here. So girls, sit back and watch and you'll see what's going on. So I love that my community always reminds us that we're still human and what's going on. And celebrity is a celebrity, but here we're in our world.
Absolutely. So what are you going to get if you watch Legendary and you love it and you say, yo, I have to go to a ball now, I enjoyed this. From your perspective, what's going to be different from seeing Legendary and the glamour of Legendary versus the glamour of an actual quote unquote real ball?
Well, it's going to take you about like 3 hours to see like a voguing category, because majority of the time people want to see people vogue. It doesn't happen right away. And in this community, when you go to an actual ball, like I said, it can last for like 8 hours. So, an exciting moment can happen within this time period. So just be hydrated, put something on your stomach to eat so you can have the energy, because it could be a long night. And again, just go there with expectation of understanding the community and knowing that there's going to be some exciting things, some shady things, some funny things, some rude things that just may happen in front of you. But that's what makes us us.
So are you at all concerned about the ball, and I could be being too political here, the ballroom scene being gentrified? Because I've seen some clips of some non-melanated folks voguing or doing it, and I'm like, that ain't how it's done. But the way that hip hop gets taken over, the way jazz gets taken over, do you have any fears of the whatever people at large, taking over and like putting their Pat Boone, if you will, give you a music reference
A
spin on it? I'm
turkey.
concerned about that.
I
I'm concerned
know.
about, we have Little Richard and we got Pat Boone, and I don't want to see the Little Richard, the ballroom scene, get taken over by the gentrified version. But am I overthinking it? What are your thoughts?
No, not at all. I just think, we have this, what makes a lot of people nervous is you see that replication of what's went down, definitely when it comes to our community. Before I even say about this LGBT community, we've seen it as far as the Black community, about how anything could be taken and switched and flipped. I'm very proud of my community because when something goes wrong, we are very boisterous.
Oh, yes.
Make sure stuff get done. I remember when it was like this MTV thing that was done overseas in London, and it was like someone explaining voguing, and they had no recollection of this community. We don't know who it was, what it was, and MTV bigged them up, and this community made sure that the right things were said, the right people are being visualized when stuff is being explained, because when you have someone doing it because they enjoy it, then we get into this conversation about appreciation and appropriation. There's a difference when we understand when somebody appreciate us and want to show us by coming to us, letting us know, or even like valuing us in such a way so we can get our due diligence, compared to someone who just want to appropriate it because they like it, they want to do it, and because they were excited and they wanted to like put out a categories and throw a ball and do this because they want people to do it too, rather than understanding us because you may not be doing the right thing. So I'm not nervous about this because I know my community is going to back it up to make sure the right things are being said and done. And I know that we have history of stuff occurring, but I'm sorry, you got a person like me out there, and I know people like late on me out there who is not going to let all of this occur. And we were not born yesterday, and we're not stupid. And I'm from New York, child, so I've been through the realest. I know what it is to go through this stuff. So like, again, I'm not nervous about anything, and stuff that I do see that doesn't work, I make sure I pull up and I question. So I need people to understand that although I'm so nice and naive and a great voice, I don't play no games. Definitely about my community.
You do have the best voice, brother. You do.
Thank you. But no concerns. No concerns. I know people are there.
Gotcha.
My community is going to make sure it gets addressed. Definitely.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Before you go, I want to go through the names of some people that you've worked with or met over the years, and just get your reflections. So I mentioned her earlier, but Rihanna.
Yeah, love her. Love me some Rihanna. Honestly, best boss I've ever had. I went on tour with her for a whole year and had a blast. And wish I could do it again, but baby, we'll see how that stuff goes in life. It was fun. It was exciting. I was able to experience that on tour as a Voguer with one of my good, close family members who I call my grands. But we went and had an amazing time, and she treated us so amazing.
Yeah, I love her. I love her. One of my favorite actors, and I always say her name wrong, forgive me, I'll F up a name. Uza Aduba. She Orange is the New Black, and you worked with her in The Wiz, the live version of The Wiz, which was incredible. What are your memories working with her?
Oh my gosh, fun. I mean, I go back to The Wiz and I can always remember the rehearsal space and everything, and us creating and us coming together to make this happen. I guess, child, this voice does something, because as soon as I start speaking, I'm like, who is this man? Who is this? And here this Voguer is in the back, and had the opportunity to meet her, speak to her, take photos with her, and even communicate and switch minds. And it was fun, amazing, beautiful woman.
What about Channing Tatum and Magic Mike?
Kiki, I live for him. Shockingly enough, as I continuously grow in this field, in this, this industry, it was weird enough that when I first met, Mr. Tatum, literally he was like, Dashaun, and I'm like, he's like, man, I've been watching your clips and your videos. Then he started voguing and doing some things. I was like, holy shit. And I was like, you was watching my stuff. All right, Shannon, I see you. I see you. So fun, energy, dead on about it. He asked me about like, is there something I can do? Can you show me some moves and stuff like that? Am I doing this wrong? I was like, okay, all right, you want it.
Yeah, I've interviewed him. He's a really good guy. I
Yeah.
interviewed him one time, and these rush of girls came around him and started screaming. It was
Oh,
like
they
a
love
tidal
him.
wave.
Women love
It
him.
scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, they love
And,
him.
he's a Taurus too. I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
What about Meg the Stallion, who was originally on Legendary?
Oh my gosh, she is a ball of fun. Now, a ball of fun. Oh, that's Megan. Oh, she's gonna make sure you have a good time if y'all going out. And she, she's very real about her shit. She know what she likes, she know what she wants, you know what she does. And I definitely support that lady. But baby, a ball of fun. Now that one. Love me some Meg.
And last one, I don't know if you worked with her, but I saw a photo of you with her, Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, I work with Taraji, and she was on Legendary.
Oh my gosh, she was on Legendary. Yeah.
She was a judge on Legendary. And okay, quick thing about Taraji. I met her first because I did a photo shoot one time with her and Jordan Dunn, and like we were in oh gosh, I think it was the Palisades or whatever. And I took a photo. And when I got on Legendary, just before she came, and she remembered, and it's so weird that people remember when you like, child, you're Taraji. You remember Dashaun? She was like, yes. And back, I remember the photo, baby. And she even came to my premiere party in Los Angeles. So, it was really awesome. She's so cool. I'm actually about to do something else with her, but I'll talk about that later.
Love it, brother. Dashaun, of course, Legendary is a big hit. People talk about it, but what's next for you, man? What's your ultimate dream, your ultimate goal?
To host everything.
So,
My goal is to host everything. I could do the Emmys, I could do the Grammys, I can do the Oscars, I can do that. I can put on a show, baby. And I will. And I'm just letting people know that be aware, Dashaun is coming, baby. The king is here. The icon is coming. But again, it's so many things, of course, that I can't really say and discuss that are popping up. But like, I'm just so happy and excited. But my number one goal is to get that Emmy nomination. Oh, I'm going for it, baby.
oh my, absolutely.
Tell that Academy.
Yeah, exactly. Dashaun, I'm so proud of you, man. I remember you many years ago. Shout out, he's passed away now. Arbor Latex,
Yes, my
head of
mentor,
the
one
house.
of my mentors.
Yeah, that may not be a name people know, but he really was huge for me and had a big impact on me. And I'm just so fucking proud of you, Dashaun. You've just done it. It's every
But
time I
you've
see
seen
you.
this young man grow up into a youth star.
Exactly. You kill it. So I really appreciate you. And shout out to Laomi. Please tell her I said hi. She is
Sure
absolutely
will.
amazing. And Laomi took some hits. I remember when y'all were on American Best Dance Crew, and folks got offended that she said I'm a trans woman. They like got offended over that. And
Definitely.
it's
And it was
crazy how
weird. As I go back and watch the clips of us being judged during that show, I was just like, oh my gosh, watching it, I'm like, I'm uncomfortable watching. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. I was so happy on stage. I'm like, child, I'm dancing.
right.
But listening to the critiques, you just know the world didn't understand yet. Now,
Didn't get
ask
it.
them about it now.
And I'm not even going to bring up Little Mama. That was the crazy. If there would have been social media back then, there was a little bit of social media. There would have been some interesting trending. So,
oh baby,
times have changed.
change has happened. When you see it, be it.